Hey everybody, it's PDubs, and it looks like Capcom may have just killed Arcade1Up's MVC2. Okay guys, we're back, and Capcom about an hour ago put out a new trailer on their official YouTube channel. I'll have it linked below, announcing their upcoming Marvel vs. Capcom Arcade Collection. That's right, all the Marvel vs. Capcom games, all the crossovers that you've been waiting for, coming back to consoles. That's right, this is going to be coming out on all the consoles, and it's going to have a lot of the features that you want, including some of the more interesting ones are you're going to have custom match and spectating modes for online play, online tournaments. There's going to be a museum, a music player, various display options, various display filters, one-button special moves, etc. There's a ton of stuff that's going to be included, but in particular is the online play. If you guys remember, when it comes to Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on the Arcade1Up, well, that was the only place minus, well, I mean, you could do it on Fightcade, but technically it's the only place that you could play it officially licensed was on an Arcade1Up arcade cabinet. Well, now they've officially announced that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is included with this collection. So this is the first time it's coming to consoles. And not only that, they're also bringing back The Punisher, which this is a game that we had heard in our arcade community Capcom wasn't going to license anymore or let other people have it or use it because it was just too violent. It's too violent for today's culture, things like that. They put it out on one Arcade1Up machine, the Marvel Superheroes machine, and then on a Marvel Superheroes Countercade, and then we never saw it again, at least in the Arcade1Up community. But this is, in my opinion, is really, really cool. Now, the question I ask myself is, does this actually kill the Arcade1Up MVC2? I mean, think about it. If you're a big MVC2 fan and you want to play it on a console and probably have a much better online experience than what Arcade1Up has been able to produce so far, with the technical issues, with the hardware issues, with the online issues we've seen since that arcade's release, what's interesting is I'm assuming these consoles will probably have a better online experience than these Arcade1Up machines with their limited hardware and back-end support capabilities. In my opinion, this is very, very interesting. But does it mean it killed an Arcade1Up completely? Well, maybe. I mean, some people just want to have the form factor. And what I think Capcom is doing here is they're capitalizing on the upcoming Deadpool Wolverine movie. I mean, if you think about it, guys, there's a lot of Marvel stuff coming out, especially with that movie coming out. That movie is going to reinvigorate and re-excite the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's a $1 billion movie guaranteed, guys. That movie's going to make a crap ton of money. Everyone's going to go see it. So why not push all this X-Men stuff out now while you can and capitalize on that big movie that's going to be coming out very, very soon? So are there intentions to kill Arcade1Up? No, I think their intentions are to make money. That's what I think their intentions are. They're trying to make some money and capitalize. And also their fighting game community, especially with EVO coming up next month, their fighting game community, and I'm not talking the Arcade1Up fighting game community, I'm just talking the retro fighting game community, have been wanting to see something like this for a very long time, at least for my aerial view of that community. I'm not really in that community. I don't really play these fighting games online myself, because I'm more of a Mortal Kombat guy than a Street Fighter guy, if you know what I mean. But, you know, overall, this is exciting news for Capcom. It's exciting news for a lot of people when it comes to playing these games, at least on a console. And keep in mind, some of these games, if they come out on an Xbox or something like that, there is potential in your multi-cade arcade builds that you can, yes. I mean, if this comes out on Steam as well, you'll be able to play these games online on a multi-cade, on an arcade, have an arcade experience, connecting one of those devices to your arcade machine, which in my opinion is really, really cool, because then you'll see like MVC2 and MVC tournaments being held that way versus off the Arcade1Up platform, which, you know, kudos to everyone who hosts those kind of tournaments. That's a lot of work and effort put into it. And maybe those guys can transition to doing those tournaments for these games via these manners instead, because let's be honest, guys, I have a pretty good feeling that the online experience is going to be better on these consoles and on your PC Steam, if it's coming out on PC Steam, versus running it off Arcade1Up hardware and their back end and their peer-to-peer networking and all that kinds of stuff. This is very, very interesting in my opinion, and a really good news for Capcom, and really good news for gamers in general in my opinion. But I want to know what you guys think. Give me your thoughts, feedback, reactions below, and if you enjoyed this quick news video, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up on the way out. And as always, my dudes, thank you for subscribing.